The restaurant glowed with golden Christmas lights, but Sarah felt invisible sitting alone at the corner table. She was 42, and this was her third blind date this month. Her friend Karen had sworn this one would be different. Thomas seemed perfect on paper. A successful architect, recently divorced father of one. They had texted for 2 weeks, and his messages made her laugh. Sarah arrived 15 minutes early, wearing her emerald dress, the one that made her feel confident. She ordered water and waited. 20 minutes passed. Then 30. Her phone buzzed. Sorry, something came up with my ex-wife. Can we reschedule? Sarah stared at the message. No explanation. No real apology. Just another man who couldn't follow through. She should leave. Walk out with whatever dignity she had left. But the waiter had already brought bread, and she was tired of running. So she sat there alone on Christmas Eve, surrounded by couples and families. That's when she noticed them. A man and a little girl standing near the entrance. The girl wore a red velvet dress with a white bow. She couldn't have been more than 6. Her blonde curls bounced as she tugged on her father's hand, pointing directly at Sarah. The man looked embarrassed, trying to redirect his daughter. But the little girl was determined. She marched across the restaurant with her father trailing behind. Can we join you? The girl's blue eyes sparkled with innocent hope. The man looked mortified. Emma, sweetie, we can't just. I'm so sorry she gets these ideas. Sarah found herself smiling for the first time that evening. Please sit down. I could use the company. The man hesitated, then extended his hand. I'm Daniel. This is my daughter, Emma. Sarah noticed a weariness in his eyes, the kind that comes from carrying too much alone. They sat, and Emma immediately began chattering about Christmas, about how she asked Santa for a new mommy, but Daddy said Santa doesn't bring mommies. Daniel's face flushed red. Emma, it's okay, Sarah said softly. You can ask Santa for anything. Emma beamed. That's what I said. Do you like my dress? My grandma made it. It's beautiful. Just like you. Emma leaned closer, lowering her voice to a whisper. Are you sad? You look like my daddy when he's sad. Sarah's throat tightened. Maybe a little. Do you want to know my secret for when I'm sad? What's that? I think about 3 good things, like my dog Biscuit and hot chocolate, and when Daddy reads me stories. Those are wonderful things. Emma nodded seriously. What are your good things? Sarah thought for a moment. Old movies, my garden, and right now meeting you. Emma's smile could have lit the entire restaurant. The waiter appeared, and Daniel ordered for Emma, then looked at Sarah. Please let me buy you dinner. It's the least I can do for my daughter, crashing your evening. Only if you let me hear the story. Sarah said, Why did Emma think I needed company? Daniel sighed, running his hand through his dark hair. She has this thing. She says she can tell when people have the same kind of lonely as us. Sarah felt tears prick her eyes. She's a very wise little girl. My wife died 2 years ago. Daniel's voice was quiet. Cancer. Emma doesn't remember much, but she remembers a feeling of something missing. I'm so sorry. He shook his head. Emma saw you sitting alone and said you had the same look I get sometimes. She wanted to fix it, the way she tries to fix everything. They talked through dinner. Daniel told her about his wife Rebecca, about learning to braid Emma's hair and burning breakfast, about PTA meetings where he was the only dad. Sarah shared her own story, the divorce 5 years ago, the blind dates that went nowhere, the loneliness of coming home to an empty house. Emma colored on her kids' menu, occasionally interjecting with observations that were far too insightful for a 6-year-old. You should smile more. You're pretty when you smile. As they finished dessert, Emma yawned. Daddy, I'm sleepy. Can Sarah come to our house for Christmas tomorrow? Emma, that's not. I'd love to, Sarah heard herself say. Daniel looked stunned. You don't have to. I know, but I'd like to, if that's okay. The next morning, Sarah stood on their doorstep, holding a wrapped present. Daniel answered in a sweater with flower on his sleeve. Emma was right behind him, squealing with delight. They spent the day together. Emma opened presents, including the art set Sarah had bought that morning. Daniel burned the turkey, but Sarah salvaged it. They played board games and watched Christmas movies. As evening fell, Emma climbed into Sarah's lap on the couch. I'm glad Santa brought you, she whispered. Me too, sweetheart. Daniel caught Sarah's eye over Emma's head. The look that passed between them held possibility. After Emma went to bed, they sat in the kitchen drinking coffee. I can't believe she just walked up to you, Daniel said. I can't believe I stayed, Sarah replied. But I'm glad I did. Me too. They talked until midnight. About loss and hope and second chances. About how sometimes the best things come from the moments when you stop trying so hard. 3 months later, they were inseparable. 6 months later, Daniel proposed in Sarah's garden with Emma, holding the ring box. A year later, they married in a small ceremony. Emma wore red velvet and carried the flowers. Sometimes the greatest gifts come wrapped in unexpected moments. Sarah thought as she watched her new family. From a blind date that failed, and a brave little girl who saw what others missed, that lonely people recognize each other. And sometimes that's exactly how they find their way home.